can choose to believe that all fingers share camaraderie, but do not force your romance upon the rest of us.
I mean, look at it. Who in God's name needs this many people to kill the fucking Dragon Slayer armor? And I'm a guy who died to that dude for like an hour, 2 hours. And you can watch it. 2 hours that boss murdered me. I died against him more than anyone ever has. And these motherfuckers need 4 of them to do it. Do you know how many times the Dragon Slayer armor kills me now? Never. Because of that encounter. This is me trying a different weapon. We're using the Warden Twin Blade, and I'm using the Carthus Rouge on it, and I come up against these 2 co-opers. One of them has the Thorns and a Great Shield, and he has the Demon Fist, while his buddy is rocking a bit of the old Ornstein, and he has some kind of great sword. So this is a +9 weapon, so I wanted to see how it was performing. I think it performed kind of shit, I think you'll agree. Oof, that was big. I went for the parry, it didn't work. What is he using? What is that sword? Couldn't tell. It might be the one that Pontiff Sylvain has. I've got a couple of enemies here though, so I've evened the score a little bit. He goes for the poke, I go for the poke, we both miss. Here he comes with his fists. That guy's super predictable. I go for the jump. He's going to try and poke it. That was cool. I love that move. I love getting creative with Artorias' sword, but every time I do it, I get punished. So there goes one of the enemies, trying to help me out, doing a pretty good job. You know, he's hitting for big numbers. I'm going to try and get the host while he does, to try and put some pressure on him. Oh my goodness, that could have been so beautiful. Please die. Oh, of course he's not going to die. Nobody dies in this game except for me. So we get real close. Then he pulls his spells out, which is hilarious. I love it when you see people pull out shit like that, because it means that they're so threadbare on their stats that they're leveling everything up. And I love people who do that. You know, I get so many questions from people saying, oh, what do I put my stats in on my first playthrough? It's like, dude, everything. Put it in anything, man. It's your first playthrough. You can't be that guy that's, oh, I've got a min-max, I've got to have it this and that, it's got to be perfect. Like, fuck it! Put 40 in luck! Have a terrible time against most of the game like I did. And I only had it at, what, 20 before I realised I didn't like it. But, you know, we tried at least. But this is Chaos Blade and Murakumo. This guy's wearing the helmet of the Dancer, he's got a target shield, and he's wearing the painted armour. His buddy's doing a lot of R2s, which I like to see. Katana Man's just doing a lot of katana things. There's a nice running attack into a couple of R1s. A couple of enemies here that could help me, but I'm not having too much success. Love me some success. Not enough success, though. This guy's going to run at me, and I'm going to catch him with frame advantage. You might be wondering, what do you do against people who are using things like longswords, who are, you know, using really big weapons that you can't armor through because they're just too much hyper armor on them? The answer's always the same, guys. There are a handful of really good techniques. The first one is to understand hyper armor and do like a charged R2 and just do the awesomest timing and spacing and beat them that way. The next thing you can do is you can parry them if you know it's coming, because a lot of the times they're very predictable. This guy's going for the summons to help him on the boss. This is one of those ones where it's pretty mean what I'm doing here, but I'm here to kill guys, and unfortunately that guy just got the edge of the wrath, so a lot of people will be upset about that one, but I'm an invader, I want my vertebra shackles. Fuck that guy, Gotthard, wanker, and fuck Henri. That's how I feel. And then we get to fight these people, so it all evens out in the end. But you can parry them, as I said, because they're very predictable normally. Another thing you can do is poise parry them, but that can be hit and miss depending on the lag. You can do 2 extra things that I don't think a lot of people realise at the moment. The first one, which is the best almost every time, is be first. If you know a guy's going to run up to you and swing, wait until he's just out of range and then start swinging. The delay on your swing will have him in range when you get to the end of it, and it'll hit him. And then you've got 2 free hits every time. And just back away, get some space, and if they don't running attack, just do that. Just be first. Get those 2 hits, and then continue. Read what they're going to do, and try and counter it effectively, because if you think they're going to swing after those 2 hits, get a parry. Get a kill. There's a kick that didn't work. Wonderful. That guy must have too much stamina, or stability, or both. Not a fan of it, but it's a mechanic. We've got to deal with it. There's another kick that didn't even land, so that one's okay. And then the final thing is you can use weapon skills to give you an edge. Any weapon that has a stomp will tank anything you can be hit by, pretty much. I have never seen anybody get interrupted from the stomp. You have to time it though, and it's not easy, so you need to practice. And then the final one is Perseverance. Perseverance is a skill that almost every shit weapon has, or questionable weapon anyway. And what it will do is when you activate it, you will have increased poise, and it will generally enable you to tank the first hit of many weapons. It runs out really quickly, so you have to be spot on with it. You want to activate it as before he's swung, as if you were waiting for a parry. And then you go into your 2 hits. Because if you hit him, you'll put him into a state where he's going to be stunned and you'll get your free combo. And those are ways you beat the R1 spam a lot of the times. And anybody who's running towards you with intent to either get behind you or not do a running attack. And they will work, guys. It's just they'll not work every time because every play is different, every timing's different, and you've just got to get a little bit lucky. You've got to be playing well. You've got to understand what your opponent's doing. You've got to read them. You've got to make those hard reads, and you can have a lot of success. And then the overlord that is lag is the one who decides whether or not it works. But you see this guy? Every time he runs at me, he's putting his shield up. I should be using the weapon art to break his shield and then criticaling him, like I did earlier. And it will work almost every time because this guy will not learn. People don't learn immediately. It's very difficult to be somebody who can adapt on the fly and learn. That comes in time. That comes after you've invested an insane amount of time playing anything. Because you're at the point there where it's more instinctual and habitual than it is responsive. And these guys are doing everything they can to kill me, but would seem to be surviving, which is great. But I always feel, you know, when you're in the heat of battle like this, when there's 2 people swinging at you, like, your weapon never feels fast enough. You can be using the fastest weapon in the world. You still feel like you're too slow. You still feel like you need that extra edge. It's so frustrating. Is he dead? He's not dead. Fucking hell. I should have used the other weapon. The other weapon would have killed him. I'm going to run out of flasks here. This is just a war of attrition that I'm not going to win. Too strong, dude. This guy does the same fucking thing. He did it then. He rolled through me attack and he swung. Doesn't learn. People don't learn. I'm the same. You might be the same. But some people will. And that's what you need to be aware of. There are people who can adapt very quickly. And if you come up against them, you'll get fucked every time. Like, look at this dude. Every time. Why attack after a roll when you've already been put down? Twice. Do an R2, fucking hell. There's other buttons on that controller. I don't understand. Running into the same thing. Well, I do, because I do it all the time. You know, I'm just as bad as that dude for it, but I just find it baffling. And then it, of course, moves me out of the world before I can get revenge on him. Which is really frustrating. This guy's amazing, too. If anybody was wondering just how good the Black Knight Great Axe is, this guy really showed me. Well, that and the ability to have 15 flasks. But, you know, the Heal Olympics is what Dark Souls 3 is all about. So I come in here. This guy's got a lot of armor, a lot of life, a lot of flasks, and a lot of damage. And you're going to see the difference as he does that, and then he does that. And I go for the parry. Look at what happens to me for missing a parry. Did you see my stamina then? This game has the most bizarre stamina penalties. It makes no fucking sense. You can practice it too on Silver Knights. The Silver Knights in Anor Londo, if you get a partial parry, they will take all of your stamina, and if they attack, you do not have enough time to dodge away, because you don't have enough time to regen the stamina to get an actual dodge. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen, and I have no idea why it's so steep. It makes no sense that that parry attempt can be punished so heavily, because not only do you take a massive chunk of damage on a partial, but all of your stamina? It's crazy. It's really crazy. And I wish it wasn't as bad as it is. I feel sorry for him then, because he used the war cry and it didn't give him extra armor, even two-handing such a big weapon. But look at the damage. It's a guaranteed 2-hit. This weapon on somebody who builds a build for it is godlike. It's great against gankers, it's great for raw damage, and it has a super fun moveset. My strength build is going to use this weapon. I just haven't made it yet. See what I mean? The armor on it's great. Everything about it's great. I love that poke too. That poke is so good. I just never two-hand this weapon because I'm always too busy trying to parry. I tweeted today as well. I play so much better when I'm not trying to parry, because instead of putting myself in bad situations and taking unnecessary hits, I play properly. But you know when you land those parries and it adds that moment of excitement and ridiculousness to a match that might not have been so exciting? I can't help but feel like it makes it worth it. And plus I do need to learn my timings, because my timings aren't there. And I just didn't play very good against this guy. You know, no excuses. He outplayed me. And GG, dude, you played really well. And I love seeing people like that who... He might not be kitted out to PvP, but he fought, he did his thing, and he killed me, dude. He got rid of that invader, and that's nothing more could have been asked of him. But back on the old cooperative game of the year, we bait the dude into a nice R1 and we punish him with a kill. Can we please get the host? Please get the host. Can we get the host? Oh, there was the host. Can we kill him? Can we kill him? No, he's got too much life. Too much life, you wanker. Have you got so much life? Can we smash him? Get him! Get him! Get him! Ah, never. You can understand though, can't you folks, why I never want to use this Covenant again. So this is me going nuts on daggers before I realised that these people wanted to do like 1v1s. So I wasn't too sure what was happening here, because, oh, this guy is happening. I think, is he a phantom? I can't tell. It's very confusing now that they've put that ring in that lets you troll parry. See? It missed. You've got to be careful, guys. It doesn't always work. It's something to do with... Look how fucking laggy this moron is. And I don't mean moron as in he's a bad person. It's just, what the fuck are you doing, son? Get dead. It's not his fault. It could have been me lagging. You know, mine and his connection come together to make a baby that looks like that thing in Total Recall. So he does the, well, what is it gesture, and then he wants to fight me. So I refill my life, and I think this guy's a katana user. So this is the first serious katana user I think I fought. This guy's clapping. There's a lot of bowing happening. It's like, we get it, dude. You're polite. You hold doors for people. Can we fight now, please? I want to kill things. Ooh. Oh, that was really, really bad. I didn't have the stamina to parry, and I wanted it so much. Stamina management on this game is more important than anything in it. This guy's spacing is really nice too. Really, really nice spacing. I'm really looking forward to when I do start dueling, just so I can run into people who know what they're doing, like that. Partial parry on the Cestus, offhand Cestus. It gets real close now. Real close. Roll attack. I was going to do the charge R2 then, but I didn't. Here he goes, backs up a little bit. Oh, wow. I don't know what I tried just then. It didn't work. And then, unfortunately, our connection dies. And a lot of people think that that's people pulling the plug. Can you think of a reason why he would pull the plug? He almost had me. I don't think that's him at all. And I don't think anybody else in that world was going to quit out and turn the router off, because they didn't seem like those kind of people, did they? So I think the game sometimes just has connection problems. But here's another invasion. This guy is another dude using a katana. He's also got the Black Knight shield. He's doing some early swings, which means he's quite... Oh, I love him already. I love this man. He got punished for it massively, and I didn't even mean to backstab him, but that's just how it worked. But at least he did it. And when I use that weapon, you fucking know I'm going to be doing it. And we trade. It's ugly, but he goes down. We get the vertebra, we get out of there, and then it's a couple more corpers. In our face, shimmering with gold. I go for the skill. He dodges it. See how easy that was? There's no reason to get hit by it, guys. Unless you're lagging or dumb. No reason for this to happen. And everyone has a great excuse, which is ignorance. If you don't know that it does that, which not many people do, it'll catch you once. If it catches you twice, shame on you. But we're going to have a fight here, because both of these dudes have got decent armor, they've got decent shields, they've got decent straight swords. I'm going to have to do something to win, and I'm not doing it. I'm getting bummed. If you don't know, you can hold down on the D-pad to go directly to your healing items, if you've got too many items on your bar. I don't use it too much because I'm so used to scrolling, and I'm getting just jacked. This is when it's really brutal. Like, I don't know if you watched Martyr's Brigade's new PvP video, but he said he's not going to be doing many invasions, he's going to be probably doing more duels and stuff. It's because of this. Like, look at it. It's incredibly challenging to fight. And it can be fought. You've seen me fight situations like this, but you can't win them all, and you can't expect to win them all, because you're not gonna. And don't get me wrong, the game is new, we're all new to it, and we're going to get a hell of a lot better the more we play. But right now, these situations are not easy. And I've kept them in this video, not because I want to, you know, be a masochist or bore you with me getting absolutely destroyed. I've kept them in because it's real. This is what happens, more so than everything else. And I don't want to misrepresent it at all, especially in these early sessions, because it's just not true. I'm having a tough time with the PvP in this game, and I know a lot of other people are, but there are a ton of people who are just like, nah, it's easy. You know, I'm amazing, I kill everybody, and I just don't believe it. You know. Oh, do you see this? These people are getting a blue as well. So there's not only am I being ganked by two co-opers, but they also get a blue to come in, so it's now a 3v1. So you know that Covenant that barely works? Works a lot against me, surprisingly enough. And that weapon he's using, the Black Knight Greatsword, is insanely good. It's one of the best heavy weapons I've seen. It does serious damage. And I don't get certain features of certain weapons on this game. My biggest contention in Dark Souls 3 is the mid-roll. I do not think you should be able to wear 70% worth of gear and not have a shit roll. Like, these two people now should both have shit rolls in my book. Can you remember what they did to Dark Souls 1? You couldn't wear a fucking Tampax in that game without fat rolling. It was ridiculous. Because they made it so that you really had to compromise armor if you wanted to have good big weapons and big shields. This game, I have got 3 offhand weapons. I've got really good armor on. It's ridiculous. And I don't have a single point in VIT outside of a ring that gives me 5. It's wrong. It's so wrong. And I can't wait for them to do something about it, because I shouldn't be... Like I say I, like it's just me who's facing this, but why can people have weapons that weigh over 20, shields that weigh over 20, armor that weighs over 40, and they're fucking rolling as fast as me? It makes no sense. And I don't like it at all. I think mid-roll should be up to 50. And anything after that, you should be sacrificing all that gear you've got on. Because then you get people like this, who's wearing really big gauntlets, really big chest piece, massive shield. Like, look at him. It's crazy. And he's using Lloyd's. He knows what he's doing with his Dark Sword spam. I love it. Crazy. And that's what makes the invasion so much fun, though. You know, all the ridiculous builds you see. But I personally, and this is just me, everyone else has said nothing about it, I just think it's ridiculous how much you can carry. And that's coming from somebody who was using an ultra great sword, a straight sword, and a rapier. Like, I think I might have had a katana as well. You know what I mean? I had as many offhand weapons as the game would allow. It was insane. And I was still wearing armor that gave me 20+% of damage absorption. It didn't make any sense. And I kind of love it. I do. As much as I say it's one of the bad things. Because it enables me to use a lot of weapons at the same time and have terrible frame rates whenever I'm in Lothric. But at the same time, it's baffling. And you know, if you're a player who doesn't care about the meta levels or staying to a level where you have to make choices rather than just pumping everything, just imagine how much shit you're going to be able to carry if you pump Vit and if you wear the rings. You can have the heaviest armor in the game, the heaviest shield in the game, and like 4 weapons, and nobody can bat an eyelid at you. I think it's a touch unnecessary, but that's just me. But look at the frame rate, guys. Tell me you can't see bad frame rate. This place is the fucking choppiest on Xbox. It's disgusting. It's really disgusting. Oh no, the spam too strong! Get out of there! I need my Sacred Oath buff. Ooh, he didn't follow. Interesting. Did I get the buff? Can't tell. So we can see the damage I'm doing here is not too bad at all. Wow, the range. What? Jesus Christ, do not eat these things. They're bad for you. You're dead, son. You're so fucking dead. Why do they swing when I'm invincible? Why do they never learn? See? Oh no, I want to kill. Oh my gosh, this is so frustrating to watch. I would have probably died to every host you've seen me not able to fight, but the fact that I couldn't fight them makes it worse. Goddamn Mound Makers. Why are you so weird? But I'm using daggers. We've got a guy stood back. We've got a dude fighting. It's some kind of bizarre honor thing. I have no interest in it. I want to get your spine, please. This guy's using a great axe, which is really good because it's got great armor, and he's using that strange move, so I do a jump attack. See the damage I did? 417 on a jump attack on an ultra great sword? A little sad, isn't it? A little sad, I think. But it's just because I'm not spec'd right. I don't have all my points in my damage, and scaling in this game is only beneficial late on. It gets really good at the end, but before the end, it's really bad. Also, this weapon isn't plus 10. I think this weapon is plus 9. How did that miss? And that hit. Oh god, lag. Lag is so crazy. And it's funny too, because a lot of people blame lag where lag is not an issue. Have you noticed that? And I'm not talking just like Darkside Phil, who would literally blame Jesus if he was religious. He would. He'd be like, well, Jesus just didn't want me to win. That's the just delusion of that man. But I'm talking, you watch a fight, and somebody will just get either stun-locked or be in a bad spot and get killed, and they'll say lag. Like it's this universal excuse, this universal immunity from everything. And we're all guilty of it from time to time, but you need to look at yourself and be like, well, it wasn't lag, it was just, you know, a bad situation. I think the gold might not know what's happening here. Because once again, you cannot assume that people are just going to stand and wait. It's not how this works. So when I get close now, and this guy's struggling to survive, I think his buddy's going to get involved. Yeah, here he comes, Mr. Darksword. And once again, guys, you can't expect everybody to play how you want to play. You can't expect the frame rate to be anything higher than 10. You know, you've got to just roll with it. And then it becomes the Healing Olympics. The Dark Sword Fiesta, the Healing Olympics, everything you don't like in one place. So I'm going to back up a little bit, and I'm going to get hit by a massive running attack. I go for a parry, it's not successful. I do have Tears of Denial, which could help. Parry. Thank you. See you later, friend. Eat my dick. All of it. To the tip and the balls. Fruit bowl in your face. Is he alive? No, he's dead. This is a guy looking for 1v1s, it seems. I throw a knife. Watch him heal. Is he going to heal? When you buff, and you're an honor dude, for some reason, people can't throw shit at you. They have to let you buff. What the fuck is this trash? I'm sorry, guys. We're fighting. You've done your little bow, now we're fighting. A buff is an advantage. I'm not giving you a fucking advantage. I want to kill you. Where did this come from? And it's been around for forever. And I've even been guilty of letting people put every buff under the fucking sun. You know, it's like waiting at an ATM. I want the money, dude. I don't want the bullshit. And everyone expects you to wait. It's unbelievable. They just do. And I don't. And it's amazing. Because if I ever got hate mail, it'd be from some fucking bullshit reason like that. I was buffing and you hit me. With a dagger that did 6 damage, you tit. You're carrying a weapon that takes off half my life. And you heal? And then point me down afterwards if you win? Jesus. It's crazy, guys. And you can't force your romance on everyone else because nobody cares. Thank you very much for watching. You take care now.